and welcome to Midnight Readings. Today we shall be reading The Most Successful Assassination of Princess Celestia, written by Fool's Errand. Celestia closed her eyes, basking in the sunlight with a sigh escaping her lips, as she lifted her cup up to her lips and took a small sip. She adored days like this, when Luna chose to take over court. "Oh, how you spoil me, little sister." She set her cup down and took a bite of her cookie. It let out a small crunch as her right ear flicked. She could barely hear it, but small, quiet hoofsteps were heading her way. "Hurry up, sweetie Belle! But keep quiet. We don't want any pony to hear us." Celestia's ears turned up a bit. She could recognize that southern drawl anywhere. Now what are those three little fillies doing all the way out here? She looked towards the door as it burst open a few moments later. She blinked in a bit of a shock. The three fillies were dressed in black ninja suits, covered as much of their bodies as possible. What in the world? "Princess Celestia, we ask you, are you prepared to die today?" Celestia blinked before smiling. "Hello, girls. Would you like a cookie?" "Oh boy, would we?" Scootaloo said, grinning through her mask. "Scoots!" Appleblom hissed at her. Right, sorry. No thank you, Princess. We're here to kill you." Celestia cocked her head. "And why, my little ponies, do you want to kill me?" "We have to get our cutie mark, Princess. So... Cutie mark assassins! Yay!" Celestia's ears pinned back due to the yell and blinked. I never thought I'd need a fear assassins this cute. "So, my little ponies, exactly how are you plotting to assassinate me without the guards hearing anything?" The three crusaders, ninjas, grinned before revealing their means to kill. 3 Nerf guns, each gun holding 3 darts each. Celestia swallowed her laughter before frowning. "Oh no! How in Equestria did you ever figure it out?" The 3 fillies looked at each other before Scootaloo shrugged. "Figured what out, Princess?" "My one and only weakness. The only thing able to smite me where I stand. Nerf darts. Oh, I beg of you, I have a little sister who needs me." Celestia brought her foreleg to her forehead, sighing dramatically. "Princess Luna is a big mare. She'll be fine. Now, prepare yourself." Each of them began to fire, missing every single time, until finally one of the darts stuck to the sun on the left side of Celestia's flank. Celestia gasped, her eyes going wide. "No, you got me, right where I'm most vulnerable." She clasped a hoof to her heart and stumbled back and forth on just 3 legs, making a horrible groaning noise before reaching out towards the sun. "I'm coming, Elizabeth!" Scootaloo glanced at Sweetie Belle. "Who's that?" "Dunno, must be an alicorn thing." Sweetie shrugged, watching as Celestia collapsed on the ground, rolling over onto her back, her tongue lolling out of her mouth with her eyes closed. "Y'all think she's really dead?" Appleblom cocked her head at their unmoving princess. "Dunno. When my grandpa died, he had a flower held in his hooves." Sweetie Belle narrowed her eyes suspiciously. As she said that, a rose seemingly appeared from nowhere, appeared to be held to Celestia's chest by her right hoof. "Oh, there it is! I guess that means she's dead." Sweetie Belle grinned as the 3 of them threw their ninja stuffs off and glanced at their flanks to see. "Aww, I guess we aren't assassins after all." Appleblom sighed, sitting down with a frown. "Guess not." Sweetie Belle's ears pinned back against her head. Scootaloo buzzed her wings as she glanced around. "So, what do we do now?" She cocked her head over to where Celestia was still lying. A single eye open watching them? Scootaloo shook her head and looked again to see that both eyes were closed. "I mean, we can't just hide a dead princess, can we?
Well, we could try, but she's really big, so I don't think she'll fit anywhere.
Sweetbelle frowned, circling Princess Celestia. Plus, my magic still doesn't like to work most of the time, so I don't think I could really help.
Princess Celestia, is everything all right? One of your guards heard a loud noise.
The three crusaders looked at each other with wide eyes, scared eyes.
Oh no! What do they do to ponies that kill princesses?
Scully whispered loudly.
I think they grind them for ever.
Sweetbelle moaned as Applebloom nodded in agreement. I think we need to take our special pills, girls. Applebloom grabbed 3 blue flowers from inside her ninja suit.
I thought you were going to make pills, Applebloom.
Scully groaned, taking the flower in her mouth. Zagora wasn't home. Just swallowed and it should work the same way. Applebloom shoved the blue flower into her mouth and lay down next to Celestia on her back, tongue lolled out. The other 2 followed quickly, as Celestia's personal guard came through the door and paused to see Celestia and the 3 fillies obviously playing dead. He blinked before walking over to Celestia.
Princess?
Hush, Horned Edge. Just play along. Celestia hissed under her breath, opening a single eye and winking. He glanced around before shrugging.
Oh no, the dear Princess of the Sun has been taken from us. Well, nothing to do for it. Better arrange a funeral.
He covered the 4 corpses and headed off to continue the game. The next day, a very private funeral was held for Princess Celestia and her 3 assassins. Only the palace staff and the elements were in attendance. They were really trying to keep to the game and pretend to be sad, but upon walking past the 3 fillies, more than once did they need to pause and swallow their laughter at the effects they'd gained from eating Poison Joke. Twilight came into the hall and rolled her eyes, glancing down at the invitation held in her magic. You are invited to the fake funeral of Princess Celestia and her 3 assassins. Cake and punch to follow.
Only your sisters would do this.
Applejack shook her head.
I gotta admit, I never thought I'd be attending anything like this. I just wonder why every pony is having such a hard time not laughing.
You've got to see this, guys.
Rainbow Dash landed in front of Applejack, Twilight, and Rarity, who jumped back from the sudden appearance.
Rainbow Dash, really? Have some respect. This is a funeral after all.
Rarity sniffed, lifting her muzzle before rolling her eyes.
Oh, all right. What is it that we must see?
Nuh-uh. I'm not telling you. You have to see it for yourself.
Let's just say, well, Twilight, I take it they checked out some books about spies and assassins.
Rainbow Dash beamed at the startled princess. Yes, quite a few of them. Why? Twilight followed after Rainbow Dash, Rarity and Applejack trailing behind her as Rainbow Dash kept sniggering.
Well, I think they misunderstood the whole suicide pill thing.
Rainbow stopped right before Applebloom's coffin. Twilight peered in to see Applebloom playing dead, her tongue lolled out while she clutched a flower. She blinked and then covered her muzzle with her hooves. Here and there, Applebloom's coat were differently coloured flowers and leaves. She quickly stepped back.
Oh no! They ate Poison Joke!
She hissed to Applejack and Rarity, who both rushed over to take a look. As one, they snorted back their laughter and moved on to Sweetbelle. Rarity felt faint at seeing her little sister. Sweetbelle's mane and coat were hard and shiny. She looked as if she'd been turned into a plastic toy. Oh my! Finally, they moved to Scully. She was pink. Not just pink, she was pink. Her mane was bright fluorescent pink, as was her coat. The 4 mares had to quickly back away so as not to laugh right in Scully's hearing. Oh my goodness! They really have done it to themselves, haven't they? Rarity waved the invitation in front of her face, blushing. They really have. I almost feel like I should take Applebloom home and plant her in the garden. Indeed, it does appear they have punished themselves, haven't they? The elements looked up to see Princess Celestia, smiling down at them.
Princess!
We thought you were laying in that big coffin over there. Applejack pointed over to the glass coffin, which was being rolled from the room. Oh, I was, but I started to feel a bit of a cramp in my wing after not moving all night. So, how much longer are we going to let them play dead? Celestia glanced over at the 3 coffins. Huh, if I know my sister, they're attempting to get their cutie marks in being corpses. Just give them a little bit longer. Applejack rolled her eyes. Ah, well then. I'll see a very large cake being brought in, so if you ladies will excuse me. Celestia practically skipped over to the cake, with the inscription, "We'll miss you." Twilight sighed and turned to follow after, before pausing long enough to hear 3 quiet voices coming from the coffins, saying,
Cutie mark corpses! Yay!
I admit I love this story. It's just so ridiculous. And yet, I can slightly see it happening. If, they got really, really into it. I'm so glad they never ever tried. But still, I can also see Celestia playing along just for the fun of it. Though we don't get to see her playfulness too often, we already know that she's willing to sabotage her own galloping gala. Oh well, I hope you enjoyed all my little voices. Sorry they're probably awful, especially my guard voice. I kinda left this one till the last minute. Whoopsie-daisy. Anywho, I'll see you all next week. Stay brony!